Hello and welcome back to another Grand Cross Age of Titans video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over farm accounts. So as you can tell, I am not on my main account. Just not for the fact that it's only not even 1,000,000 power, but as you can tell, everything is super low and there's a purpose to that. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. What is a farm account? So it's actually pretty simple. Farm accounts are accounts that you create for yourself that are like alternates, and they go ahead and farm as many resources for your main as possible. So if you go under settings and character management, you can see that you are able to create up to 10 characters maximum with 2 characters per kingdom. So as you can tell, I have my mini already set up in this world here. And you also want to have an alliance here that you're able to at least work some research, primarily on the general research here, just for all of the actual building speeds, and then production speeds and resource speeds themselves. So now that you kind of know what the purpose is, what is some of the best things to do on them? And there's a bunch of different routes. So if you don't mind dropping a couple dollars on these accounts, as you know, in the beginning, you get a bunch of these payment bonus benefits, which are recharging X amount of gems. The first step into the world, this is another decent bundle to get. You get a lot of these advanced prayer books. The March Forward bundle, you get a lot of the advanced prayer books, and then of course you got some of the Blessing of Growth, Unstoppable Force, and then some of the daily stuff that you can purchase on this alternate account as well. If all these summons, as you know, in Grand Cross Age of Titans, if you pull a hero of any caliber, then you're going to get a certain amount of troops ranging from tier 1 to tier 3. And so just like that, I got 500 additional tier 3 troops. So this really helps out in starting up your farm account in order to farm a bunch of resources really early in the game. And so to be fair, I have neglected this account. You guys know I don't really like farming, but I gotta do what I gotta do. And of course, with the wars coming up and everything, the resources are going to be impacted a lot. So now let's go over to the academy side. If you go into the chapter portions, I know that there's going to be a lot of, or not a lot of, but just a couple that you're going to need certain battle stuff with, where unlocking, the tier 2, marching train, and etc. But I would heavily focus on the economy stuff in here. So as I've gone over in the past in the actual farming video, the academy boosts your production speed along with your gathering speed, which you can see here, and it's a significant chunk. At level 5 on this one, it's 25% additional stone gathering speed. So if you're just a strict free-to-play player on your alternate account, just really work your lab and using your advanced summons in order to increase your troop count. I have 500,000 troops on this account. I mean, any other game that would practically be a miracle if you could do that, but in a game like this, it is awesome what they're able to do for you. And so that way I'm already able to have all 4 of my marches going out. So another super important thing here is working your castle. So your goal should be able to get to castle 16, and then that way you're able to send out 4 plus your 1 farmer. And then the next goal should be to get to castle 21. That way you're able to send out a total of 6 marches, so your 5 base along with your 1 farmer. This way you're able to farm a significant number of resources on your farm and still be able to do it on your main as well, or they're not going to be completely locked up. So if we go out of here, unless you want this other account to be kind of like a secondary, your best commanders that you really want to be working are all of your gathering commanders that have this over here, along with working the gathering tree down here. So I know there's a lot of stuff that you can do on the farm account, like you can go and complete these, and that is awesome. But if you just want it strictly for farming, then I would 100% focus on commanders like Adran, Kaya, Natalie, and then we got commanders like, nope, not Roxana. Where we at? Elaine. Then we got Lori, Sophia, and then that way you have enough marches to send, at least one commander or one hero out at a time, and you're able to really put in a lot of effort for farming for your main. The Tower of Distress, they will, pardon me, give you a lot of secret learning methods. So if you want to work a couple of these commanders or heroes just to progress up this floor, that is not a problem at all. So eventually up here, you're going to get a bunch of learning methods that are going to be super easy to level your heroes up to max out this gathering tree down here, which is what you really want to focus on for the hero wise. So if I were to just kind of go around and increase, especially this final gathering capacity, I love getting those extra resources at the end and just kind of going through them and just hitting every single gathering item that I can. Just because I know eventually I'm going to be able to max this out to where I'm able to get the final gathering capacity an additional 15%. Next is if we click our little castle icon over there on the left, and we go over to the economy side, you're going to want to keep these buffs running 24/7. Once you get to a certain point to where you know that your production is, worth using the buffs for. Otherwise, I would just save them and I would just use all of your farming buffs for the gathering, which are these guys here. And so that way you can gather a lot more, a lot quicker. So I know a lot of them come into here, so you got this 1 day gathering at 190, and then you really want to purchase the stuff in the trading port that is going to be worth it. So, do I really need the healing speed ups on my farm? No, not really. I do not mind just having them just in case, we have someone poured in and they really just want to start killing farms or whatever the case may be. Then, of course, I have that there. It's backup. I don't have a single problem with, investing some gems over there. So as you can tell here, we want to build as many of these buildings as possible. So I really wish I could say I purposely didn't do this just so I could show you guys and make a video out of it, but in reality I really didn't. So you want to work these buildings as much as you can. So like the gold mine, the quarry, the farm, and then the sawmill, all those you want to push to level 21 just for the castle to go to 21 in order to unlock that 4th march. And so this way at least you're able to send out those 5 gathering marches like I stated, and then you're able to work the rest of the production. And then once you get up to probably in the realm of 16 or 17 and your tech is half decent on the economy side, I would definitely be popping as many of the economy buffs as you possibly can and as consistently as you can. So every single resource that you're able to gain in these accounts, it's only going to better you in the long run on your main. Because as you guys could tell through my live stream the other day, it's expensive to train a bunch of troops. Some of these buildings just get ridiculously expensive. I know some of these aren't terrible because it's only level 8 to 9, but I'm pretty sure one gold mill costs like 35 million stone from level 24 to level 25, and as you can imagine, that's a lot. Another thing that you could invest in if you really wanted to on your farm is the Lori's Travels. At least working these 2 tiers here, you're gonna get a bunch of summons, you're gonna get a couple legendary mana stones, experience, resources, a few speeds, stamina, and then I believe at the end you get 1 legendary mana stone and 10 legendaries. So definitely worth it, especially if you just kind of stock gems on this account. It's not that really big of a deal. I know specifically with my account, I always buy the stamina and at least a 5-minute speeds, and then let's just kind of go down here and purchase some of these guys. I know I'm not going to particularly need the uniques, but the secret learning methods, especially in the beginning, I am always going to grab just so I can really start working some of these farming commanders here. So the ones I really should be going for are the green and the blue. They're going to give you the easiest time to level up and everything at the beginning, and then you can start working commanders like Adran and Natalie in them. These are also very easy to increase, which I don't know why I'm not doing the correct one. So if we go out, and so just make sure, if you're not really spending any or very little on your farm accounts, you want to make sure that you actually do the gathering skills here. So as you can tell, we got Laws of Nature for the second, and then we got the Final Love, which is the carrying capacity increase. And then if we go to Sophia, we got the gathering speed increase for every single node, and then that is it. If we go to, I swear there was one more down here, there we go. Elaine, I did the first skill, don't follow what I'm doing. Do the second one, you're going to get food and wood gathering increase. You're also going to get carrying capacity increase for the third skill. And then, marching speed doesn't particularly matter on the farm accounts currently. So if we go over to Natalie here, her first skill you do not need to work yet. Her second skill is the wood and the gold gathering increase. The fourth skill is the carrying capacity increase. And then you don't really need to awaken her. It doesn't do anything for the actual gathering tree by itself. And then we got Kaya here. So stone and food gathering on her second. And then this one I would definitely awaken first, so we get an additional 20% of the gathering capacity once you finish the node. So if I farm 100,000 resources and I have that 20% additional, then I am going to be able to obtain the additional 20,000 resources, which is absolutely amazing, and it really adds up quickly. And so finally, let's cover just some typical events. So stuff like the limit break, really not that hard to achieve. You're going to get some XP, you're going to get some stamina potions here, and then a couple different stars, the path of a stronger liege. If you can do some of these events here, it's only going to help you in the long run, especially. The Vestige of History, and then the Actus counter-attack event, which is going to allow you to unlock the absolute best commander in the game for hero XP, which will also help you in the long run because you don't really have to waste all your XP books, and you can really just hold them out or kind of do whatever you want with them. And so I hope that gives you a little bit of insight into a farm account. And if you have anything additional in the comments below, please leave them. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Please like, subscribe, and comment as you please. Bye.